Let's go back to Kent County, England, a fair-sized county on the southeast coast. It's the old county, very beautiful. The climate is soft and moist and never humid. My grandfather, William Moseley, was a seafaring man. His wife, Elizabeth Wickham Moseley, was a nurse. They lived in Yalding, a village within walking distance of Maidstone. Maidstone is the county seat of Kent County. They were my father was born in Yalding, Kent County. They were all of them christened and confirmed in the village church, which was built in 705. The church was still in use in 1915. But I don't know beyond that. They were all Anglicans, Church of England. My grandfather came to the United States in 1871. He took a claim or bought property at Prairie Center, Johnson County, Kansas. It was quite a change from being a seafaring man and farming in Kansas. 2 years later, 1873, my father, with one brother and 4 sisters, came over. My father was 16 years of age, and above all things, he got a job, which was scarce. No jobs in England. He got a job working on the tracks in Lawrence, Kansas, of the Santa Fe Railroad. He was a pioneer Santa Fe employee. I think he worked for the Santa Fe 51 years, retired with the second highest pension on the system. He worked on the tracks for 3 years and went to night school in Lawrence. Took civil engineering. At the age of 19, he went to Topeka, headquarters for the Santa Fe, and was with the building and B&B department, bridge and building. He was a bridge builder. He built many, many small bridges and 3 big bridges. The first big bridge he built was over the Missouri River at Sibley, Missouri. The next big bridge was over the Mauldin River at Lacine, Kansas. The last big bridge he built was over the Neosha River at Emporia. That is something to leave for posterity. The bridges are all still in good condition. His last years, he was a consultant. The work is very hard, difficult. My mother was born up near Parkville. They were Presbyterians. I don't know too much about her father. He was a devout Roman Catholic. and a shoe cobbler. He made boots and shoes. He, however, he gave up the church and was active in the Christian church in Soto, Kansas, in Johnson County. And also my grandmother was active in that church. It burned a while back. Let's see. My husband was born in Kent County, England. He was born on the west coast, 28 miles south of London. Very, very beautiful. Although they never had too much money, but they lived pretty good. In front of their house, which they lived for many years and didn't own, was a Roman road from London to the sea. And his father was a gardener. They lived within walking distance, or they went on bicycles, to Tunbridge Wells, England, a town where they had a very fine shopping stores, old, very old. Now, served 2 years and 4 days in World War I. When he was discharged from the service, he stayed at Camp Funston, where he served in the Army, and was chief clerk for the liquidation of Camp Funston, a $12 million project, which at that time, or any time, is an expensive project. He passed away August 29th, 1967. He was a member of the Masonic Lodge. He was a member of Ivanhoe Knight Templars and the Royal Archmasons, and a member of the Ararat Shrine. James, I'm kind of all right. All of my work was in Topeka, except sometimes when I went on tour with North Brothers Stock Company. That was a very fine company. But I would say Topeka, I done more work there than any, and most all of it was in the pit. I had, I think, 2 seasons at the Orpheum in Topeka, a new theater that was a very beautiful theater, but somebody made a mistake. It was too small. And the Orpheum circuit is an expensive circuit. The theater would be entirely sold out every performance, but it didn't accommodate enough. So the theater was closed for the Orpheum and went into moving pictures. My husband and I were married June the 6th, 1923 in Kansas City, Missouri. Our first child was born March 8th, 1924, That's Dorothy Walton, and her brother was born 15 months later. That's Colonel James Neale. David and I, we bought this house in August 1924. We have been here ever since, or I have. It wasn't too much of a house, but it was certainly a lot better than living in an apartment. Dorothy was a tiny baby when we bought this house, and James was born here. Flag Day, June 14th, 1925. Now, who's there? Oh, David, they've been gone so long. Well, my mother was the oldest in her family. Her maiden name was Lillian Linden. There was 8 children. She was the oldest. And she was brought up in DeSoto, Kansas. My grandparents took a claim in western Kansas, south of Salina, but they sold it as soon as they proved it, and were on their way back to Missouri, and they stopped in DeSoto and stayed. And that's been a long time ago. My grandmother's maiden name was Maria Long. She was of Scotch Irish. She was British. She was a young woman during the Civil War and worked at Beleen Moore Emery's, which was later Emery Bird Thayer. She worked in the dressmaking department, and she worked as a dressmaker all her life and brought up 8 children.
Okay, today is October 14th, 1979, and I've been asked to say a few words. So I'll give you a very brief rundown of my whole history. After a very